guys, this is Ryan from Western Maryland Bushcraft. We're going to make a quick little dinner tonight before the sun goes down. That's real simple and easy cleanup for in the woods when you're about to go to sleep. Alright, things you're going to need to cook this meal is just a little aluminum baking tin, little loaf pan, and just a sheet of some folded up aluminum foil. Doesn't matter what kind of aluminum foil you use, just as long as it's decently thick when you fold it a couple times. I think this is 4 layers folded over. And then you're going to need a potato, just a simple regular white potato. And then you're going to need some rice, regular white rice. Minute rice will work as well. I just keep mine in a little canvas bag that I stitched up with a cotton tie. You're going to need your pork. I use a lot of boneless pork chops. Cutting board to cut your stuff on. You don't really need the cutting board, but I find it keeps things much cleanlier in the woods. You need your olive oil. It's your seasonings. I just keep mine in a little rabbit fur bag. You'll also, a neat little additive that I got today was some garlic grass, just simple stuff. Find that in your yard if you're not in the woods when you want to make this. And the first step is take your pork or whatever meat you choose to use. You can use any type of meat in this, and just cut along the edge of the package, pop it out of the package, and slap her down on your cutting board, set your package aside, and slice your pork into strips here. You can go for your strips to be about 3/4 inch wide. Once you have your strips, just cut your strips down into these are going to be about 3/4 by 3/4 cubes that we're going to use today, and just slice those up on your cutting board. This is when the cutting board comes into its usefulness. You don't have to worry about going and cutting off a log or something to cut your food up on. Alright, there we have our cubes. Sit our knife down over here on the blanket. Then you're going to want to take some olive oil, squirt that down in the bottom of your pan so you don't, and run it around the sides a little bit so you don't get any sticking of your food. Then just take all your pork or whatever meat you're using and just slap that right down there in the bottom of your pan. Next step you're going to want to do is I'm going to take this onion grass, stick it in the fire a little bit, find that warming it up just a tiny bit like that will help and release the oils. Just chop that up fine. You don't need very much, it's just to add a little bit of a garlic flavor in this. Just take that, and then there's plenty of it, so just the leftovers, just toss them down there in your fire. Take and scrape the little chunks that stuck to your knife on into your pork here. Put this on top of your pork. Scrape it right off your cutting board. Some of it sticks because that pork was a little bit juicy there in the pack. It's not a big deal. And then take your potato here. Probably only going to use about 3/4 of this potato for tonight's dinner. I might use the other quarter, just wrap it up in a piece of paper and use it tomorrow morning for breakfast. And just take and cut your potato into some about 1/2 inch slices. That's what I like to do. Cooks a little faster the thinner you cut it. But I find 1/4 inch gives it about a happy medium so it'll finish up cooking right about the same time your pork will. You can put your potatoes on the bottom if you're having trouble with your meat cooking too fast with your potatoes, but I find with pork, you generally want to put that on the bottom because pork is a meat that takes a little bit longer to cook than some other meats, and it finishes up with the half-inch potatoes. And you're going to take your potatoes and just cut them into about half-inch by half-inch cubes, and just as you cut them, lost one there, so toss him in the fire. Just put them on top of your potatoes, break them up so they're not stuck together, so you can get some decent airspace and airflow through your potatoes. And then we're just going to do the same thing with the rest of our potatoes. It's a good meal to eat right before bed because the starches and carbs in the potatoes will last you all night and keep you warm while you're in the sleeping bag. And the protein from your pork will help with rebuilding your muscles after a hard day's work out in the woods of hiking and stuff. Helps maintain your muscles and everything so you don't lose any muscle mass while you're working hard in the woods from not eating the proper nutrition. Alright, we've got one more slice of potato here to go. Lost another one. That one didn't get too much dirt on him. A little bit too much, so we'll just toss that one in the fire. Then we'll take and finish up our last bit of potato here and cube that. I like to leave the skin on the potatoes because that helps with the nutritional value of your potatoes even more. Adds some vitamins and minerals there to your potatoes. And then put your knife back in your sheath here. That should be all you're going to need it for. I like do another quick squirt of olive oil down on top of my potatoes a little bit. Then take your rice, open up your bag, and some people don't like the rice on there. I find that if you sprinkle it on top of your potatoes, it steams up pretty good, and just add some extra carbohydrates to get you through the night. Just sprinkle probably 2 or 3 tablespoons on top of your potatoes here, and I just went and got some creek water and take and pour that on top your stuff here. Gives you a little bit more non-stick, and then as the water evaporates and steams up through potatoes and the pork, it'll add a nice flavor and steam your rice. And on the seasonings here, guys, just take my largest tin here, take and shake a couple little shakes of salt. You can season this however you want, but I just like to put a little salt on there. Then see what else we got here in the pouch. Got a little bit of Greek seasoning here. It's one of my favorite seasonings to use with pork. It's got some pepper and some garlic and some other spices in there that I'm not sure of. Just put those on top there. Makes a real good flavor in there. See what this one here is. All my spices that I generally carry are good with pork because pork is one of the common meats that I carry. We got some garlic salt. Just give it a couple shakes of that. One more seasoning we got. We'll add that one, and then we'll get our pork here on the fire. Got a little seasoned salt. That'll add a little bit more spiciness to our food here. And I like salt because after a long hard day's work in the woods, you sweat quite a lot, and you'll lose salt, and you'll need to put salt back in your body to retain moisture, because certain content of salt in your body is pretty good for you. Then just take your aluminum foil and fold it over the top. Let my fire burn down here pretty good, just some nice hot coals. And then I'll just take and flatten it out a little bit with the bottom of my pan here, and then just sit it directly on the coals. And this will be the end of part 1 when the pork has cooked for approximately 20 to 30 minutes and is about done. I'll come back with you guys and we'll start up part 2. This has been Ryan with Western Maryland Bushcraft. Thanks for your views, thanks for your support. Please comment and subscribe, guys. Have a good one.